What's up everybody, my name's Christian Baker and today we're talking about my live rig. So my rig has been something evolving over the past few years, quite drastically to say the least. So I went from amp, full pedal board, to then putting some digital pedals in it, all the way to now I'm running a Helix and no amp. And it's very strange to see that jump, so let's break it down for you. Alrighty, so before we get into all the digital stuff, we are going to start with my guitars. First off, the electrics. This is my number one. This is my baby. I love it so much. My Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s edition. As every smart and wise man should, it's a sunburst. Take off your pick guard. Take it off right now. Pause the video. Go take off your pick guard if you have a sunburst. It's going to look better, I promise you. Just take it in. Take it in for a second. We all on the same page? Good. So this one has a very fun connection with me because my wife and I got married in 21. I had issues with other guitars, so I had sold them, had money setting aside, knowing that I needed to buy new stuff. And so her and I spent an entire day just driving around playing guitars. I knew I wanted a single cut guitar with humbuckers. Was not going to be brand specific. But after playing Epiphone and Eastman and even some things like Tele Deluxes, or I played Stratocasters with humbuckers in them, and ended up settling on a Gibson Les Paul. There's a reason that every other guitar is designed like this. Everything with humbuckers, it copies this guy. It's so good, and there's a reason that this is number one. You'll hear it later. Now taking a drastic turn here, we have got the PRS Silversky. This is so cool. It is the SE version, and then right up here we did something fun. My wife put my initials on it. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I didn't have the guts to do right across the pickguard like he did. I don't think I'm good enough for that, so on the headstock is a little more subtle. And the reason I think this is shocking is because with how traditional I went with my Les Paul, you'd think I would have gotten a vintage style Stratocaster, and nah. I'm a massive, massive, massive John Mayer fan. Played the core model Silversky, and as good as it is, didn't think I could justify the money for it, even on the used market right now. They're running about $2,000. This guy I bought brand new on sale for only $700, and I love it so much. I think this has actually seen more stage time than the Les Paul, just based on what I do. So maybe this is my number one? That's beside the point. Beside the point, we're moving on. This is also stock, except it is going to get some work done. Like, I have strap locks on the Les Paul. I'm going to be getting on this because that strap falls off way too much, and I love that strap, so I want to keep it on. But the work getting done on this. The tremolo, it's good, not great. Want to get that changed. Pots on this specific one, this is not every PRS, not every import, not every Silversky. The pots are a little scratchy on this one, and so we're just going to replace them out with some of the help from Front Street. Don't know when that's happening, but I will fill you guys in when that happens. And other than that, it's stock other than my initials. But yeah, These are the two electrics I do all my gigs with, whether it be church, just rock gigs with friends, jam nights at Front Street, and even some studio work with these. So I love them. That's all I need are these two. So for anybody that saw my last video, you met my J45. You all seem to love how it sounded. I got so many messages asking about it, wanting more sound samples. And so you'd think, oh, that Gibson, that's Christian's main acoustic. Nope, that Gibson is way too special. I take it out for special occasions, such as this. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my head lifted high. That was a nice big worship night that we had last year with a lot of friends coming into town. I felt right bringing her out for that one special occasion, but I don't want to beat her up too much day in and day out, so this is my main. This is a Taylor 214 Cutaway Deluxe, so it's got rosewood, but being the 214 series, it is laminate with lovely solid body, full solid body acoustic. This is what I could afford. I would have been 18 years old, working at a car dealership, and I was saving up because I knew I wanted an acoustic electric that I could be playing live. I was playing in church every single Sunday, and I was trying to do acoustic parts on electric because I didn't have anything I could plug in. So after quite a while saving, ended up buying this. My dad took me to Guitar Center, and I played every single acoustic in my price range, even entry level at $300, up to some even out of my price range to see if I needed to save up just a little bit more. And I settled on this guy. And it has been with me for 7 years? 8 years? It's been a while. This is easily my most played guitar I've ever owned. Like I said, it's seen so many church stages, so many Sunday services, so many gigs outside of that. I used to get a lot more solo gigs playing at events before COVID, and wanting to get back into that, by the way. Not happened yet, but we're getting there. And between putting my initials on this one, just like the PRS, random bracelet that I put up there that I cannot remember where I got, but it helps fight, the fun ping sounds that you get live, and a lot of road rash, from a strap breaking in a parking lot when I was playing outside, to dings from my picks hitting the sound hole. It's seen some love, and I could never get rid of her. There's too many years of memories here, too many stages, too many performances, too many amazing musical moments that I have had with this guitar to ever get rid of her. And it's not the best. Just gonna put that out there. It's what I could afford. It's the best guitar that I could afford. And that is what everyone should strive for, is to get the best thing that you can afford. Like I said, I don't think it's the best. It's my most played instrument, and I've played a couple hundred services for church, a couple dozen individual gigs, a couple dozen sessions, actually more than a couple dozen, maybe probably 50 to 60 sessions between working on Fiverr, going and playing with friends. Yeah, like I said, done a lot with this guitar. I'm going to stop rambling about it. We're going to move on to more of the digital gear here. So like I said at the beginning of this video, my live rig used to be amp, pedal board, guitars, all analog, all old school. Not anymore. Towards the end of 2020, getting settled in with this new church, really starting to play electric more, I was tired of tap dancing because I'm the worship leader at my church. So I sing a lot, and I play guitar. And if I was playing electric, I was having to tap dance across pedals for effect changes, and wasn't doing it anymore. So sold every pedal I owned, every single one. They're all gone. And I got this guy. I got the Line 6 Helix. It is the full floor version. Like I said, I've been trying to get more into performing again outside of just church. And so using the full floor model and not the LT, it's got an XLR input for a mic, and so I can do all my processing directly in the Helix. Just have to run One out for the guitar, one out for my mic, to a mixer. Don't have to trust a sound guy if it's an open mic night, general performance. It's all nice and simple. And so, yes, I use the Helix for my electrics. And as you were guessing with me talking about doing solo gigs with a mic, I also plug my acoustic into there. I have acoustic IRs made by Worship Tutorials that I absolutely love of their Taylor 814. And that's what I use with my acoustic as much as possible to get the most beautiful, rich live sound ever. But if I don't have access to using the Helix, I've got this simple, pretty crappy DI box. It's Livewire Solutions Direct Box, model SPDI. It's a DI box, it works. This is easily the next thing getting upgraded about this rig. I don't like it. And now before we really give this rig a listen, I want to talk about the why. I think that's very important when putting a rig together, is why you are using it. For me, I've already said multiple times, I'm a worship leader. I play in churches. That's my bread and butter, that's what I do. So my pedal board, my Helix, comes with me with one, maybe two guitars, and I need fast changes with a wide array of sounds. And I just got married a few years ago, so I don't have a whole ton of budget to just buy $5,000 worth of pedals and switchers and MIDI control. I can't do that right now. But I was able to scrounge up the money, sell a couple pieces of gear, save up a little bit to get the Helix. I can do all the effects changes I need. Now for live gigs outside of church, the Helix also comes in handy there. Because if I'm filling in for a friend, playing at a different church event where we're not doing mainly just contemporary worship music, we might be doing some Christian pop, rock, just even some clean pop songs, I don't know. The Helix works great because I can change what amp I'm using, the drive pedals, the delay sounds, the delay settings, all with a quick push of the button. I don't have to worry about bringing multiple amps and a giant pedal board with a little bit of everything. Don't have to do it anymore. The Helix has got it. And then the final reason that I wanted something this versatile is I love ambience. I love it so much. I will literally sit here by myself in my living room. Yes, we're not in a fancy studio. We're in my living room. Deal with it. Moving on. I'll sit here and I will just throw on modulations and delays and reverbs, and I'll make these beautiful soundscapes that I think are amazing. And then when I turn everything off, my wife says, "Thank God." Yeah, I did this a little bit too much. But with all this being said, I really do love analog gear. There's something special about somebody taking so much time to build one specific piece of kit. So if some of you have been watching the pedal demos, you have seen that I bought a couple pedals from Front Street, bought some outside. I even have a couple custom made pedals, and they're not part of my live rig right now, but I still own them because when doing session work, when trying to make things for the YouTube channel here, they're fun to use. They've got specific quirks, specific sounds that they are able to get that I can't always get in the Helix, or it would be way too much work to dial in the Helix. I just want to be able to plug in and play. So eventually I would like to go back to analog, but hey, for what I need right now, the digital world has got me. So without further ado, I think we all want to, let's listen to this rig. So guys, that is just about it for the live rig. There are going to be some changes in the future, so we might see some updates here and there. Really wanting a nice solid acoustic that is just going to be a workhorse, sound great live, sound great in the studio. Little rumors going around that there's going to be some new Silversky SE colors coming out, and if that is true, when they come out with a black. This guy's going away, getting the black one. This is a little bit too bright for my taste, as you can tell from all the dark clothing all the time. Well, if there's anything that you guys love from this rig, anything that you guys would change or suggest for what I do now. So like I said, want to get back into analog, not quite there yet, so take that as you will. But let me know what you guys think. Until next time, see ya.